Peak's Campgrounds. There's Todd's and Lori's trailer. There's our campsite. And there's our fire ring. We already had the police out because we were, I guess, not supposed to have a fire, but we didn't know that. That little guy was with us the entire trip. And the neighbors would stop in and check on us periodically. These kids were really fun. The girl is actually instructing the guy on how to get down the mountain there. You could tell she was wanting to go a whole lot faster. And it took them a long time to get to this point. They talked for probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes up there. She was guiding them, teaching them. Very fun. Fun to watch. And there they go, they made it down. There must have been about 20 kids out there doing that. That was their climb up to the top. Who is that in that tunnel? Who is that? Looks like Bigfoot. So these tunnels were carved out of the mountain, and the train, we're told, used to run through these. There's Kirsten relaxing after dinner. So now we're getting ready to go to the Royal Gorge Railroad trip that we took, which was really fun. We had lunch, a few drinks, and took some pictures, and even caught some photos of bighorn sheep and some deer. That was Todd and Lori, by the way.
Right on the rock.
There's our first sighting. If you look close, they're kind of jumping around because of the bouncing of the train, but there they are, some bighorn sheep. Then I took a still right here, and you can see how well they blend into the scenery. And there's a deer getting a drink of that good old water. What is that in the upper left-hand corner? That looks like Bigfoot again. And there's some hikers watching the train go by. Now we're walking through Winfield, which is a ghost town at the mine. There's a cemetery there. Stream running through, really scenic. That's our first encounter. Lots of cabins in the schoolhouse. There's Todd and Lori. I'm wondering, what are they taking pictures of? What's up there? Then I caught a glimpse of, I panned back and you can catch a glimpse of that scenery, and it was just breathtaking. I don't know that the camera even captures the true beauty of it. It's just amazing. hummingbird. Lori walked right by that snake. I don't know what kind it is. So this is the little hike to the cemetery. And it said on that, you probably can't read it too well, but talked about how some people died in violent situations, other natural causes, and some kids. The Winfield Cemetery. There's Todd and Kirsten. This is the schoolhouse.
2 hotels, a general store.
There's a audio tape, I guess, that plays if you want to listen to it. There's the crew. We saw a lot of this. There were, I don't know if they were clearing for fire or if it's from an avalanche or what, but there was all these trees all chopped down and going in the same direction. This house was kind of secluded off of the main road, away from the main town of Winfield. So we stopped, turned around, and took a picture or two of this. It's just a beautiful setting. This is the back side of it. This is another cemetery we found on our travels. Isn't that a beautiful final resting place? By the way, this is July 4th weekend, 2020. Temperature was in the 70s and 80s most of the time. Probably in the 40s at nighttime. We got as high as 13,000 feet when we were going through Independence Pass. And over to Aspen, which will come up later on in the video. And there's the American flag. So on each section of the cemetery, there were places for the Catholics and the Protestants and the Jews, and it was kind of cool. You know, they had a little sign in front of each one telling you which area you were in. That looks like the perfect cowboy grave marker. There's something behind the truck. I'm not sure what that is. Now we're in St. Elmo. So we rented some ATVs, side-by-sides. I think we went about 50 miles in one day, just going through all of the trails headed back from St. Elmo up into some of the old mining towns, and seeing Elmo is very well kept up. I think there's some people still living there. It was busy the day we were there. There were a lot of people checking it out. A lot of people coming up on their ATVs. It's part of the trail. Now we're on the ATVs. There I am driving. I didn't go as fast as Kirsten went. She went a lot faster than I did. It was such a beautiful drive. We would stop, have a bite to eat, and visit with people. There were a lot of people going, all through those trails, and a lot of ATVs, some Jeeps. We even encountered one guy in a pickup truck that actually got pretty far considering, but it got to the point where it was just too jagged with all the rocks, and that he just didn't have the ground clearance to finish, so he had to turn around. But lots of Jeeps going through this area. More fun on an ATV because you can go a lot faster. The Jeeps had to literally crawl when we got to the real rocky areas. Now we're on our way to the Mary Murphy Mine. The Mary Murphy Mine was the principal gold mine of the Chalk Creek Mining District of Chaffee County, Colorado, United States, near St. Elmo, Colorado. The Mary Murphy Mine operated continuously from 1870 to 1925 and produced 220,000 ounces of gold, or about 180 million in 2008, so considerably more today. There was also silver, lead, and zinc mined from that same mine. There are 2 aerial tramways connecting the mine to Romley, Colorado, and the Denver, South Park, and Pacific Railroad. The structure we're passing now is the lower terminal at Romley. Ore was loaded onto the rail cars here. There's Kirsten. See, you can tell she's going a lot faster. Drainage from the old mine has caused fish kills. One time, nearly 800,000 trout were killed. That was in 1986. So that's one of the things that they're trying to do, is clean up even today, clean up that drainage. I don't know if they have or not at this point, but that's been a concern. At one point, there were 250 people employed at the Mary Murphy Mine. Now, they say the water there is very polluted from the chemicals and stuff in the mine. We didn't know that at the time. Lucky we didn't drink it. Here we are pulling up into the mine area where all the buildings are, and I'll get you a better picture of this, but we're just coming up to the old bunkhouse right now. So if you can imagine some 250 people in this little bunkhouse. They must have had tents and everything else out here. That is the housing of the actual tram mechanism. So it must have originated from there and worked its way down to that area that we were talking about before. There's the bunkhouse. Kirsten's walking down to the bunkhouse now. You can see one of the ATVs leaving. They were not with us. Those two that are parked there are ours. There's the bunkhouse. I'm not sure what this was right here, but it's a very sturdy foundation built right onto the edge of that cliff. Look at that blue sky. Okay, there's an entranceway to the bunkhouse. There's our two ATVs. That sky is just incredible. Not sure how they found that ore. If you look at that country, it's all like that with all those trees, but they found it. This is the ruins of that one housing of the mechanism for the tramway. Okay, now we're on to Independence Pass. We didn't know it, but this led us from our campsite in Buena Vista, Colorado. We were just going to check out the Continental Divide and Independence Pass, but then we realized that it took us all the way to Aspen, Colorado. So we decided to go into Aspen, and that's some pictures of Aspen right now. There's something back there. I'm not sure what it is. Kind of looks like maybe Bigfoot. I don't know. Oh, it was. That's right. There's this footprint. Remember, this is the 4th of July weekend. And yes, that's still snow. Kirsten, I don't know how she did it, spotted a deer laying down through the forest while we were in the truck driving by. So we got some video of that. Old eagle eye. There's eagle eye now. There's our truck. There's Todd, Lori, and Kirsten. They finally see me. Kirsten says, "Oh, there's Dom. Why don't you guys wave? Look at wave to Dom." Yeah. So I had to take the picture of where this water was originating, and it's like so far up there. So I tried to zoom in with the camera as close as I could, and give you an idea of how far this water was coming down the hill. And there are streams everywhere. We were so amazed to find snow. Kirsten and I living in Palm Desert, California, leaving temperatures of upwards of 120 degrees and, having a snowball fight in July. So that was just incredible to us to be able to be cool, I guess, in July. Now she's trying to throw a snowball at me. She almost got me. I had to duck on that one. Gonna try her luck again here in a second. It's crazy living at sea level in the desert and then coming up to 13,000 feet. We were having a hard time just breathing. Kirsten's thinking, oh my gosh, that's cold. Okay, she's had enough. And that's it. That's our trip to Buena Vista, Colorado. July, 4th of July weekend, actually. The year 2020.